Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. We're getting close to building the silo array. With a bit of luck at the end of this episode, well, with a bit of luck next episode we'll be ready to start building the silo array. We're not quite ready for it this episode. We need to get the rocket control units actually building. Instead of sending everything off to our special module array. In fact, let's just make this a little bit more obvious that it is the module array. There we go. Module array. So we know what we're doing there. And this will be our first rocket control unit. Well, I mean, all of these are intended to be rocket control units, but at the moment, all the production from here is basically just going straight over to here. It's working pretty well so far. We have quite a build up. I mean, we've used quite a few of these extra productivity units, but we have quite a build up. So we're actually in front there. Our solar build is running basically at full speed. In fact, I am considering actually changing the timer so that it spends less time between counts. 125. So, well, we're getting deliveries more often than we can actually deal with from the looks of things. Probably this is filled up and it's not really unloading anymore. We are still building, clearly. We're building up here. 12.5 rows. Let's just take a quick look at the power grid. 258,000. Looks like we're using up to about 10 gigawatts though, but let's see what 258,000 is worth. Taking the night into account, it's about 10.3 gig plus the 200 or so from here. 10.5. We are close to our limits, but you know, that's fine. What's left in this one? 12k, so it hasn't really unloaded at all in the meantime. We will eventually be turning off the main base building of solar panels, just to speed things up. So what I need to do here, this is the red and green circuits just above the RCU building. So we found out last time we either need to raise this a little bit or lower it a little bit. I don't think I can. It's probably one tile off, so it's probably going to have to get raised slightly. I might even... it's going to have to come through here. Probably be best if it was sort of... let's just see, do I need that? Not just at the moment. Let's just get our bots back in place. Give me a bit of a helping out. And this one, oh, don't take it from... yeah, see, that's not really helping you, is it? If I have this basically at about this height, then you guys have no home because you got nowhere to put the stuff, right? So it was kind of silly of you to take it in the first place, wasn't it? I just won't stand in the way, although they're not going to move just yet because there's a little bit more that we have to do. I think I have a bunch of rail sitting in here. I do. Let's grab that. It's kind of in the way in there anyway. and oh, excellent, going straight towards a power pole. Okay. That's what we're going to have to do, and ooh, that means that we will need a few of those. And this one will need a few as well. Right. Actually, they might be in the way. Guess we'll find out soon enough. No, they're not. This is where it all starts to get very messy. Those are going to have to change. We're going to need the whole collection here as well. Yeah, they're coming in this direction. And over here, signal there, and there, and there, and yeah. Alright, that will have to do for the exits. Now, the more difficult part of the equation is our whole the plastic. Okay. So, what I want for that is basically pretty much all of that. This isn't going to work at all well, is it? Nope, it's not. Does that work any better? Not really, it's all over the place. Well, in that case, can we just do this bit? Not really. Alright, we'll just have to duplicate the logic then. Let's do this. So, what we need is this one. should 239,000. So this is the global global green, if you like. Now this one needs to be a local green. See what this is doing. Read contents, that's what we wanted. Oh, one of these did not fit, so we'll have to see what the other one was. It was this guy, an arithmetic combinator. You can go there. And you take inputs from that flows through to the end T, and your only other one is directly off there. Okay, so that one's open. S is 3, which is the correct number now. That one's shut, and that one is shut because that one has 175,000. This one has 239,000. $239,000, really? Why is it that the 173 has not added to that? Because it should have. Right, I may end up fixing this offline, because fixing up combinators is an eternally difficult thing, but at least this is opened up for plastic, which is what we wanted. So we're just waiting for the plastic train to finish up over here. What's it got? 1k left. Yeah. I think I may have to add full cut or 30 seconds of an activity. That should be adequate, actually. What I do need to add is a way for the plastic train to actually get in here, because that doesn't seem to exist right at this second. Plastic is that one, and this one. So yeah, what I might just do is extend this one. It's a bit of a hack. But it's our hack, so do that. I'll have a look at the plastic train now, hopefully. Circuit plastic unload. It's not saying that it can reach it at the moment. This one is shut. Okay, so we're going to have to fix that up pretty immediately. Why is this one sitting here? Because there's a copper train here already. The gap's not big enough. Maybe these now. Need to be something else. Not sure. Okay. Copper. You don't seem to be doing much anyway. 2.9k. Empty cargo inventory. Not 30 seconds, but 200 seconds just to make sure it moves on. Now, plastic, are you able to get to where we need you? Still saying no. And that is because all of these are saying no. Alright. So, we've broken plastic. Okay. 172,000. Which one is red? This one doesn't even have a signal anymore. That has the 172,000. Okay, so it brings it over to here. We've got 172,000 there. We've got the 172,000 here. So, what's this? T equals 0. Yes, that's from the train. Produce an S. 172, 411, there you go. So that's the correct total. So 411, the P value is divided by 3, 137, that would be right. That one's working. Over here, 411 divided by 3, that's correct. And we have 239, so this one should not. These two are correct in being shut. This one over here that we've just added, on the other hand, is not functioning quite the way we want it to. So we have an S1 as we should, although I'm not sure if this is being fed back to where it needs to be. Probably is not. I think I use red wire for that one. That might be what we needed to do. So S1 T has nothing, 411, P 137, so this one should, if plastic is less than equal to P, it should be enabled. You can clearly see that it is not enabled. Plastic, oh, it's getting the 411,000. It shouldn't have the 411,000. So what do we need to do? T. No, I think what we need to do is take that off. There we go, that's open now. But I don't know if it's actually picking up the plastic that should be coming from. Well, here's the plastic train, so we'll soon see where the signal is, so we'll be able to fix this very shortly, and then we will build out the rocket control unit just below. Here we go. Down and in. Right. So, we have some plastic. It's not feeding over there though, it's just here. It should be adding to the T. Sorry, to the total amount of plastic in the system. Oh, and we need a few more robots in here, obviously, as well. Okay, I'm not quite understanding what I've done here. You have a red input, which is carrying what signal? It's carrying just the train signal. I don't know what value that is. 491, I think, is correctly everything. 491. 163. So this one seems to be missing the local plastic, which is 79,000. Maybe if that is picked up like that. No, that is not what we wanted at all. Output 79k. That only outputs the P. No, we're getting the wrong P here. 491. 79. We're not getting the right average. S is 2 at the moment, is it? Shouldn't be. S should be 3, so there's an S1 here. Right, maybe what we need to do is... What have we got from there? 411 S2. Okay, what have we got over here? S1 and 79. So they need to be added into this collection. S3, but it's now 490. But that only outputs the P, right? So 163. So I need to pick up the plastic from here. No, now we're getting 490. Nothing. You're not connected to there, you're only connected to here. Maybe if the red does not touch that one, instead solely does, can't reach. We go from there to there. Right, now there is an S, there should be, T, oh no, there shouldn't be an S, right, of course. So we've got 104 plastic from here, so if we then have that go into there, it's only if t equals 0, so of course, because the train's there, we're not getting anything at the moment. So that's slightly, oh there we go, the train is leaving, so now we're getting some feedback loop, which is not working for me. Okay. That's not working for me either. So we have 158,000. What about if we take it from there to there? That's better. Finally. Okay. So if plastic is less than P, then you're enabled. So now you should be... Plastic is still less than P, so you should be enabled. What's going on over here? Plastic is greater than P, so you're disabled. And over here, plastic is actually less than P, so you're enabled, which is how we want it. Okay, sorry about that taking so long, guys. It can get complicated. Why are you two? Oh. So because we're like one tile off here, some of these trains have not actually been loaded with their fuel. That's awkward. I wonder if that will fix the issue. Anyway, what we need to do now is probably, we may as well move this guy. We finally can set up the rest of our rocket control units. Also the feed for, well, it looks like it is actually, that has been set up. So all these others are rocket control units. Let me just check a couple of things quickly in terms of, so rocket control units are 30 seconds versus 10 seconds for processing units. That's why we have sort of 3 times as many. Let's start changing these then. You are going to be rocket control units, and that will be all of these guys on the outside here. And down here, whoops, not that one. S, not D. Rocket control units down there. And the extra 2 here are also rocket control units. And there's a few extras at the top here that are also rocket control units as well. Like so. Now, we need to get this thing powered up. Which I think is basically every couple of these. End, I guess, and at the top as well. I'll just get off that rail line. Can't be too careful of such things now, can we? Do we have some speed modules? We do, good. Okay, so that's this side. Now, over on this side, I think we can actually pretty much do the same thing. 28 left, huh? And yeah, there's a slightly different number of modules up here than there were on the other side. Just how it worked out. So that explains why these can be on the inside. So, requesters. Yes. What do we have over here? Whatever it is, it seems to work well enough for the processing units. Right, it changes over, and these boxes are not what we want in here, I don't think. We are going to want requester, supply, requester, supply. I'll just pick it up, it's probably easier. Requester, whoops, this will be a supply, requester, which means that one needs a supply, and there's no point putting it up there especially, we'll just put it here. There we go. Now, rocket control units are just one of each and 30 seconds, so we don't need a huge number. It says 8, that's probably fine. And the top row, maybe I should swap these. Yes, I probably should. So this one can be supply, then requester, supply, requester, supply, oops, this quick pickup only really works if you hit the right key, surprisingly enough. Requester, supply, requester, supply and you know what that one is. And this one. And of course, boring jobs like this are just all the more boring by virtue of having a big factory. But never mind. Big factory, and therefore a lot of additional repetition over what you might have if you were doing this on a small scale. And you need a requester in here as well. And unfortunately it's not a perfect copy of this for the other side. It's actually a little bit different. Well, let's get the request for this one, which we'll grab from over here as well. Not that it's a particularly complicated request. But let's at least get that sorted. Now, I guess what we can do is, what are these? Wooden chests. Okay. Let's use this guy and get rid of wooden chests. I hope it leaves me enough to complete this exercise. Oh, why are you flashing? Okay. Now, what's this? A bit of a mess that never really worked particularly well for us. What we'll do is, I guess, copy this bit. And spin it around. Oh, I'm out of substations, so that's one thing we're going to have to go back and get a few more of. Otherwise, let's grab some substations. Where is that? This guy. Right there, okay. And I think that's the RCU, so it's not going to be heading off there, it's going to be heading out this way. But let's get our substations first. I am not sure. Where's my train? Is there a train up here? There is. I might just head up to where that train is and make our run using it. It's a little bit faster than this slow buggy. Just checking we don't have any substations on there, which we do not. Oh, we're out of fuel down here, that's not good. I'll deal with that, I think, between episodes. Okay, jump on board here. Let's head to #mainbase. I might just pump that up to 100 for this turn. I don't need these guys just at the moment. And yeah, I think next time we're actually going to be making what seems like a major milestone to me, and that is setting up our array for the rocket silos. So that is something that I can't wait. That should be really good. Uh, 6:56. Alright, let's just wait a little bit longer. So we just don't have the substations. Let's have a quick look. Substation. No, we have them. It's just taking a while to deliver them to us. We're not trashing them. Ah, there we go. We've got them all now. Alright. Actually, let's just jump on board this plane. Get back a lot faster. And put our bots back to work. I think that is in fact it, actually. So, I think we just need to give our trains some instructions to go and get some bots, basically. Probably get lots of bots. How many bots do we have up here? Not very many. So bots for up here and bots for the other one. I'll do that between episodes, guys. Thanks for joining me for this one. We have our rocket control unit up and running. We don't have the train in it yet, but we'll sort that out between episodes as well. So thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.